another episode of Cheap Chat Podcast. It is I, the same host, because if we had another host, we would have a problem, Malcolm Hall. And I have another funny guest here tonight, and we do a lot of comedy shows, and we go way back. Give it up for Miss Ronnie Raw.
Hey, Malcolm.
Hey, Ronnie, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. We were just together doing the show last Saturday.
Yes, we were. Rocking the stage.
Rocking the stages, and we've been rocking these stages.
Yes, we have.
And you said it was your, what year doing comedy?
It'll be 6 years, December 3rd.
6 years. Well, happy early anniversary doing comedy. And glad to see you doing, because comedy's rough as hell.
Comedy is rough and tough.
We love comedy, but comedy loves nobody. Comedy Comedy loves nobody.
No.
And let me ask you, how did you get into comedy?
Comedy actually chose me. It was Nico. He used to produce a room over at the Townhouse in Ink on Centinela.
Yep, they still run a couple shows there.
And he was like, open up for my show. I was like, man, comedy, like it just doesn't, but it was me, you know what I mean? But I didn't realize it until I actually opened up. He was like, look, if you like it, you like it. You don't, but just try it. So I did.
That's a nice way to get somebody started.
Right. I couldn't write. And I was like, I can't write a joke. He said, write topics and just go with it. So that's what I did. I wrote topics and I just went with it. And it worked. And I haven't stopped since. And
Townhouse is not the nicest crowd.
No.
The Townhouse,
tough ass crowd.
Tough. These are people who get off work at like 5 o'clock, go straight to the Townhouse, drink, and kind of hang out and chill. So comedy is extra. It's actually like a bar, unless they have a room in the back. Mm-hmm. So a lot of times they may not necessarily want to hear comedy. Mm-hmm. Like, we're doing a comedy show tonight. Mm-hmm. So what? Now if you're funny, they'll laugh. But if not, they're not going to boo you. They're just gonna keep doing what they're doing.
Right.
So I mean, what that means, that's
that was
amazing.
a tough room to come out of.
It's a tough room, but it's a good room to start.
It was a great room to start. It was a great room.
If you do that, you can do a lot of other rooms.
Yeah, it was just, I was going to open mics like crazy. Like when I first started, like 5 times a week.
Yeah, you gotta treat it. You gotta treat this like practice.
It was like, I don't know. I just was so hungry. You know what I mean? I wanted to work out. I wanted to.
But
every night.
That changes because after a time, you're like, you still gotta go work out. But the lotteries and all that, I'm not doing, because you realize it's a waste of your time.
Like 2 years though.
Yeah, it serves its purpose, but after a while, it's like, damn, I've been sitting here 45 minutes, and I may or may not go up.
Right.
So I'm like, you know what, you got to figure this stuff out.
Yeah.
So you got to get through that rough part. Mm-hmm. But then, as time goes on, you get to the part where you're hosting. Yeah. What was it like? Do you remember your first time hosting a show?
You know what? I actually never hosted until I started to produce shows. DJ Count took me under his wing. That night when I first got on stage, Count said, I'm going to take you to my gigs. I'm going to take you with me and I'm going to get you some time. Mm-hmm. He says, I don't want no pussy from you. I don't want no head. I don't want none of that from you. I just want you to be funny. So Count took me to all of his gigs. He was DJing.
We appreciate Count and his honesty.
Yeah, I love you, DJ Count.
Appreciate the honesty.
And he was like, I'm going to put your wig, I'm going to take you under my wing, but once you get your wings, I'm going to let you fly. So that's what he did for like a year. I just went to like all of his gigs and he got me time. And then, I started to get out there. And then I started producing my own show.
Which is hard.
Which is really hard. That was like a year and a half in. I started producing my own show. The Raw Way.
Early.
Yeah, and it was dope. It was thanks to J. Anthony Brown that let me. The odds were against me for one, because you know how it is in the comedy game.
Yeah.
How long you been doing comedy?
Yeah, it is political. Comedy is very political.
That's the first question. And if they have that seniority mentality. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And I definitely respect the vets. I do, all the work that they put in and everything. But as far as the seniority, the years in, just because you've been in the game for 15 years doesn't mean, and I've only been in the game for 6, doesn't mean that I'm not funny or you're funnier than me. You know what I mean? But, it is what it is. I respect comedy. I love comedy, but
that's ego.
Funny is funny.
Yeah, funny is funny. I think when it comes down to that, that's like an ego thing. Mm-hmm. Because one thing I know is like, well, you've been doing it 6, I've been doing it 15 or whatever the case. But here's the thing. Can you do 45 minutes? and be funny.
Hell to the no.
Exactly, and that's the thing. So it's like it's no threat. Well, no, I'm not asking you, but when somebody says like a vet,
I have before though.
Yeah, because it's like, well, okay, I can do fine, but once that time gets longer and longer, it gets a little more difficult.
It gets more difficult
because you gonna come out strong. Now you either you gotta keep going up or you gotta coast. Yep. But you damn sure can't go down.
You gotta end strong.
And you gotta end strong. So and then you can't be doing all that crowd work, asking, because people turn it into a seminar. So where you from? You do that up top.
The crowd work. That's what I believe Chris Spencer asked that question a couple weeks ago. Is crowd work the new comedy now?
No, because you can only do crowd work up top. You can't do crowd work for 30 minutes. Because people are going to get tired of you. I came to watch you. I didn't came to talk back and forth. People will get tired of that.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll participate for a little while.
Right.
But I paid, Comedy Club $45, 2 drinks. You do the telling the jokes. I don't want to be a part of shit.
Right.
So it's cool, but I don't think everybody's down for the crowd work. And I don't think you can do it that long. Because if you're filming crowd work, we got to film back and forth to the crowd. I just want to film you, the comedian.
Yeah.
So when I see crowd work, it's not that long.
Yeah.
So I don't have a problem with it because I know you can only do it for so long.
Well, you being you have so much experience as far as hosting and you actually have your own comedy special. Right?
Yeah, man.
And so,
go watch Who Is Malcolm on the cheapnotbroke.com.
Yes, please do.
So, shameless plug. Speaking of comedy special, let's talk about producing shows.
All right.
That's a separate job.
Yes.
Telling jokes, that's being a comedian. Producing shows is a show producer.
Yeah.
You do not need to be funny to produce a great comedy show.
That's true.
But in my opinion, if you're a great comedian producing a comedy show, you got to focus on that. So that takes away from the stage.
That's true.
Like if I was producing a show right now tonight, I'm hosting. How many people are in here? Is everybody parking? Checking my phone, making sure everything is running. You got a lot of stuff to do and still be funny.
Yeah.
And you might take a hit. Because it happens. You're hosting, you forget, you're talking to people. Oh, come to the stage because I didn't know you were going to rap early. So now as a host, I don't want to produce because I got to watch the stage at all times. What if you get off early, you're not doing well? I got to bring you off and come get the room back. Yeah. But if I'm producing, I'm worried about everything going on. It's a lot.
I was told, not going to mention any names, but I was told that maybe about 3 years in, I was producing my show at the J Spot, and someone told me, "Are you going to be a comedian or a producer?" And I said, "What?" He said, "Are you going to be a comedian or a producer? Because you can't be both. You can't do both." And I was like, "Really?" He was like, "Yeah, you can't." And I just will never ever agree with that.
I think you can be both.
It's possible.
It's just you need a bigger team.
Yeah.
What's up, people? Thank you for tuning back into my channel. I got some new merch for you. I got hats, I got mugs, and I got the new Cheap Not Broke shirt with the patch on them. This stuff is official. I got it hot off the press, sewn on just for you. I got black, red, and white. Head over to cheapnotbroke.com and grab your merch. If you're doing a 100-seater, 150-seater, no, hell no. You need help. You just got to build a bigger team. You can produce your own show. You just need team. You need more help. That's all. It just gets to a point, you got 25 seats, you can do it. 50 seats, cool. But once you start getting more people, you need more help. Yeah. And you still, I run the show. I just don't do everything. I'm still the head producer of the show. I just don't handle all that stuff. I don't sit at the door. I don't do that. But I know who's at the door, and if there's a problem, come talk to me, and you go back out there and handle it.
Yeah, we can't. I love my team. Cannabis and Comedy crew is so strong.
Shout out to Cannabis and Comedy, man. Doing great things in Cannabis
love you guys. I love it. Our team is just great. Just great, inspiring guys. Just coming out of school. We definitely try and make sure that we're there for the future. Mm-hmm. So we got kids on our squad that are actually excited and getting all this footwork in for the future. So it's dope as fuck. Cannabis and Comedy.
What is Cannabis Comedy? For those who don't know, if they've never heard of it, what would Cannabis and Comedy be?
Cannabis and Comedy is an experience. It's 420 friendly comedy show. It's a little twist in it as well. It's an experience. We try to give everybody an experience when they come to the show, so they can.
What's the unique experience for those who don't know? Because there is a unique experience. A lot of comedy shows, but Cannabis and Comedy is a very unique experience. I would say you're not gonna get this experience anywhere else.
Yeah, we look out for our people. We make sure we bring the talent. We take care of our people. Everybody is chiefing. Like when you come to our show, the vibe is just like everybody's just like happy together.
Everybody's upbeat. It's not your typical sitting around stoner show.
Now you go up in there. You better come with some jokes though, because your feelings might get hurt.
Yeah, you got to be funny.
Especially when you high. But yeah. Cannabis and Comedy, we got the Rolling Challenge.
The Rolling Challenge.
Which is dope.
What is the Rolling Challenge? How does the Rolling Challenge work?
Oh man, the Rolling Challenge is basically like, okay, you register online like a week before the show, and we pick the actual contestants, 2 contestants a day before. We'll announce them, and then those 2 contestants will challenge each other by rolling a gram of cannabis in raw papers.
Now,
a joint, not a blunt.
Not a joint. Now I've hosted this, and it's not easy. It's not easy, okay? When you're doing this at home in front of your TV and you got all day and you don't got to work, it's fun. But when you got a minute and a half and all these people looking at you, you're going to put some holes in that thing.
You got 3 minutes.
And because some people like to break it all down.
Yeah.
You don't have time for that. You got to spend this and get it all rolled up.
You got 3 minutes. And you know what? Sometimes we provide grinders for you, so.
But that ain't going to help. Because that takes time. You got to get it out of there. That's going to slow you down. Because you got some of these people with gator skin hands. They got that gator skin hand, and they can just do like this, and it just fall like dust. I'm like, come on, man. But it is definitely it's exciting. It's really exciting.
Exciting experience. It's great. Cannabis and Comedy. Check it out. CannabisComedy.com.
CannabisandComedy.com. And you also have. What all can you find on Cannabis and Comedy? Because I know you got some sketches over there.
Oh, come on, Malcolm. Yes, definitely. You already know you're part of the family.
Oh, I know, but I want the people to know at home. What can I find on here?
Of course. The Cannabis and Comedy, we have sketches. We have freaking Cannabis Court. We have, the sketches just all the way around. Check out the sketches.
I'm in a few.
Dope as fuck. Malcolm Hall's in a few. Acting a damn fool, like always. And then, so make sure you check out Cannabis Comedy. You'll definitely enjoy yourself. That's why we do this shit. To make you laugh.
To make you laugh.
Yeah. That's what it's about.
One question I want to ask, you mentioned something before, like Comedy Game. Being a lady in comedy, do you feel it's a different trajectory for you being a black woman in comedy? Because, everybody has their own set of issues. But, that's not something I experience because I'm black, but I'm not a woman. How do you feel that, being a woman in comedy, navigating, trying to get to the top, how is that going for you?
Well, we're outnumbered in the comedy game, right? So you may see, like, most shows you'll see like the majority of men on the lineup and maybe 1 female. That's been going on for years. But, it takes thick skin to actually demand respect, as a woman in the comedy game. I believe as a leader, period, and when you're a woman, when you're leading, some females fall victim by, date, like, any offer to you, I'll take you out to eat, I got a show, I want to get you on a show, I want you to host my show. You want to go have a cocktail somewhere? It's 11 o'clock, but it's cool, right? We can go have a drink or...
I don't deal with that.
We can go have a drink or something, right? Stuff like that. You got to be careful because we're not taken seriously. So that's why my mentality, people may say, Ronnie Raw, she's just so fucking tough. You know what I mean? She's so raw. And it's not that I have the biggest heart. Like, I love, I love everybody. But a lot of times people may take your kindness for weakness, especially when you're a woman in the comedy game. Because like I said, we're outnumbered. So, you know how some men are, they don't take us seriously. So I'm not an opportunist. I make my own way, and that's what I'm going to continue to do. Keep good relationships and and continue to grow myself, and that's it.
You know, it's fun fact you talk about women in comedy. If you ever look at any comedy club, you're doing a lot of comedy. Who's majority there? Women.
Women.
It's more women. More women are in comedy shows than that.
And they're bringing the men there.
And they bring them in there.
Yes.
I know this about comedy. Just off doing it long enough. Women bring more women. Women don't come by themselves. So if a woman comes, she'll bring like 4 or 5 women. I will go anywhere by myself. I'm not bringing anybody. But women bring women.
Yes.
So I would never not have women on my lineup. I always go, and I do guy girl. I always do guy girl on my lineup.
Right.
So I'll never do a dude lineup. It doesn't make sense to me. I got a mom. I've gone to school with women. Why would I? It doesn't make sense to me. That's just bad business. But, you know, I hear that a lot about women in comedy, you know, all that good stuff. So, you know, that's why I make sure I do my part. Put women, you know, keep everything professional and keep everything.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, it's really serious. I mean, a lot of us women in this comedy game, I'm pretty sure, can agree that we've been through some stuff with these bitch ass motherfuckers. You know what I mean? But, you know, like I said, just keep that tough skin, you know, just stay solid and we good to go, you know what I mean? Because that's all, you know, they want you to fold, so they just want to get a piece of you so they can try and destroy you. So don't let them do that, sis. Keep it raw. Keep your own thing.
Keep it raw.
You don't need nobody.
You don't need nobody. Where can they find you? If they want to find, where can my guests find you? And if you want to consume your comedy, see where Ronnie Raw keeps it raw, where can they find you?
All right, you can Google me, Ronnie Raw, RoniRaw. And you can find me on Keep It Ronnie Raw on IG. And Cannabis and Comedy, of course. CannabisandComedy.com. Follow Cannabis and Comedy on IG. You know what I mean? Every other Saturday, the next show is, you know, coming up November 4th. And it's just going to be dope. Thank you, Malcolm, for having me today. It's been awesome. I'm high as fuck, so I may be acting a little weird, but fuck y'all. God damn it. And the gas prices went down. I'm a little happy about that. And
but they're not going to stay there. Don't get your hopes up. They're not going to stay there. Christmas is coming, and people have to drive. They're going to listen, when Thanksgiving comes, you heard it here, gas is going to go up about 57 cents.
About 57 cents. But yeah, thank you, Malcolm. I appreciate you for having me.
And thank you. And thank you all for tuning in. And we'll be back next week with another episode. Thank you. Goodbye.